Hello, everyone, and an early morning welcome to you to the Charles Fort Lauderdale Garden. I'm Marva, and I'm so glad that you decided to stop by to see what's happening here. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your comments. And thank you in advance for watching this video in its entirety. You know, summer has arrived. And with the arrival of summer, there are two things that affect the garden, and that's the heat and the pests. As a result, there are some plants that will not grow. So all the green vegetables that we have had throughout the year, all the lovely fresh fruits that comes from the beds, those will not grow during the summertime. No. So what I'm going to do is detox. I'm going to be detoxing the beds, getting rid of all the unwanted, and just leaving the bed, giving them a little sabbatical. Yeah, gonna give them a break so that it will be ready for the fall crops. But no worries, there are still other things in the garden. In fact, we have 17 fruit trees that we're going to be focusing on and harvesting from. Just look around. So there are lots of other trees that we will be focusing on during the summer months. But in the meantime, let's detox. Stay with me. These are some callaloo, and look at them. Notice what's, oh, they're overtaken by pests. Yeah, more callaloo. We're going to uproot all of these. I'm going to try to see if we can save the cucumbers. Sometimes during this year, it's not easy to do that. And in here, we have eggplants and some callaloo that we are going to have to uproot as well. They're not doing well right now. So stay with me. Now these are going into my mulch bed and some in the compost. Look how huge these roots are. Amazing. These can grow as tall as 6 feet if you allow them to, but then the stalks would become too tough. You could use the leaves, but not the stalks or the stems. And by the way, these are volunteer plants. This bed was actually a beans bed, and these showed up in between, so we have been harvesting a lot from them. But now the heat and the worms have gotten the best of them, so we have to do what has to be done. Not complaining though. We have gotten a lot of vegetables from these beds this year, enough to share with family, friends, and neighbors. So looking forward to the summer. No, excuse me, not summer. Looking forward to the fall when we'll do this all over again. I guarantee you they'll show up again because seeds, I'm sure, have fallen in there. This is another volunteer plant. It came up among the tomato beds. Look at the root system. Now we do have some summer crops in here, which are okras. They are tolerant to heat. So these are the okras you're looking at. The only thing that we will have to do is to protect it from the pests. All right, let's go over here. And here is our third volunteer bed. These green ones are volunteer plants. However, we planted these. These are considered tricolor callaloo or variegated. And I think I'm going to leave these because I noticed they're resistant to pests. Not as much as these. The pests don't affect those as much as these. So I think I'm going to leave those because I also have some in a container. All right, the cucumbers are, I'm going to have to trim the leaves. Here's some pestle leaves right here. Gonna have to trim and then spray again with some neem oil. But these tricolored callaloo are looking good here. As a matter of fact, they're ready to be harvested. And I'm gonna do that later on. I have one more bed to tackle. Now before I tackle this bed though, I need to get rid of these. I'm gonna take them to the mulch pile. This is it. This is where we make new soil. Now back to detoxing the last bed. All right, I'm going to start over here. These are some callaloo. You can see they are seeding already. Yeah. So we're going to clean out this bed, give it a rest, send it on a vacation, and then come back with something else on the fall. The temperature has been so hot that these eggplants just could not manage. The blossoms would come up and then just fall off. The leaves looks really nice and healthy, but the heat overwhelmed them. And I see some pests under them too. Yeah. Looking forward to starting all over in the beds in a few months, because we got some lovely greens, some lovely beans, and some peppers. So not complaining at all. We ate a lot from this garden, and netting most of them is what we did. We netted them. Netting most of them really helped. See this back here? Some white flies. Oops, sorry about that. And when you're not around during the summertime to take care of the garden, it really devastates the plants. Yeah. See a lot of white flies on these. Yeah. Always check the back of your plants. The front may look very healthy, but it's the back where those pesky little creatures hide and do their damage. Pepper plants were very affected by the white flies, very much so. When you see the leaves are curling, then look behind. You'll see the culprits. So we are going to just relieve them of their misery and detox. Get the bed healthy again. And we'll probably plant something else in this bed. Despite what was going on, look at this. Look at this. We got something. Lovely. So it was not all in vain. No. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I've come to the end of the detoxification. And the next time you see these beds, they won't be looking like this. No, they will be prepared, and we will be planting. You will see us planting all types of greens. Yes, you'll see us planting greens such as collard greens, kale, napa cabbage. We'll be planting beans like string beans. You'll see sweet potatoes. As a matter of fact, one of these beds will be we'll be planting the sweet potato soon, as soon as the rains come. You know, it's the rainy season, but you can never tell because we hardly get rain these days. So that's what's going to be happening to these beds. We're going to send them on a sabbatical and then prepare them for the next season. So thank you so much. One more time, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for your thumbs up. And don't forget, if you have not yet subscribed, go ahead and do so. And come back next time to see what's happening right here in the Charles Fort Lauderdale Garden.